let's go down to the middleweight division. At number 1, of course, Anderson the Spider Silva, best fighter in the world. At number 2, Chael Sonnen. Chael, of course, will be jumping up to the light heavyweight division, but as is the rule here on the lists, we don't bring them down to or put them in another division until they actually fight in that division, so we see where they stack up. So we'll wait until Chael actually competes at light heavyweight at the end of April before putting him in the light heavyweight top 10, if we even put him in the light heavyweight top 10. But right now, he deserves respect as the number 2 middleweight in the world. No one is beating him at 185 right now other than Anderson Silva. At number 3, we have Chris Weidman. He's undefeated. He could be the next guy in line for Anderson's title. At number 4, we have Vitor Belfort, fresh off that victory over Michael Bisping. At number 5, we have Yushin Okami, as Okami is coming off a decision win over Alan Belcher. He was number 6 last month, but he's going to take Michael Bisping's spot at number 5. Bisping, after that loss to Belfort, drops from 5 down to 6 on our list. Mark Munoz remains at 7, Brian Stan at 8, Strikeforce champ Luke Rockhold at 9, and Ronaldo Jacare Souza, the former champ, still number 10 here on our February 2013 list. John, thoughts on Okami taking Bisping's spot at 5 and Bisping dropping from 5 to 6?
Makes a lot of sense after that big loss. A little surprised he's going to be already fighting in April.
Yeah, that's a good fight, too, for him, right? Alan Belcher, April 27th, UFC 159. And it's a co-main event as well for that pay-per-view, which is a stacked pay-per-view, as we've already talked about.
Pretty excited for the Okami and Lombard fight. That should be really, really good.
Okami fighting Hector Lombard, March 3rd. We're about a month away from Okami Lombard. That's going to be in Japan as well. Okami's home country. That'll be interesting. Of course, Wanderlei Silva main eventing against Brian Stan on that card. Brian Stan scheduled to fight at light heavyweight. He's right now number 8 on our middleweight list, but I think that he may go back up to light heavyweight. Who knows? I was kind of surprised that fight is at 205. Not really sure why. Both of them have been competing recently at 185, but for some reason that fight is going to be at light heavyweight. Should be a war, though. 5 rounds in Japan. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Let's get to the welterweight division here. George Rush St-Pierre is the number 1 welterweight in the world without any doubt. At number 2, we have Carlos Condit. He'll fight Rory McDonald right here, March 16th, UFC 158. At number 3, we have Nick Diaz, who will fight GSP, again, March 16th, UFC 158. Tickets are on sale now. Bell Center. My goodness, what a card that's going to be. What a fight that is, GSP Nick Diaz. At number 4, another 158 competitor, Johnny Hendricks. He'll be fighting Jake Ellenberger on March 16th. At number 5, Josh Koscheck. He'll fight Robbie Lawler later this month on February 23rd at UFC 157. At number 6, we have John Fitch, who faces Damian Maia tomorrow night. At number 7, we have Rory McDonald. At number 8, we have Martin Kampmann. At number 9, Damian Maia. And at number 10, Ben Askren, jumping into the top 10 as Nate Marquardt is bumped out of the top 10. Marquardt was in at number 9 in January, but his loss via decision to Tarek Safadine on January the 12th bumps Marquardt down to an honorable mention on our top 10, takes him out of the welterweight list. Damian Maia, who was at number 10, now jumps up to number 9. And Ben Askren, who was very impressive with a TKO win over Carl Amusu on the 24th of January at Bellator 86. Askren showed that he is more than just a guy who will sit on you for 5 rounds. He's a guy that will beat you up and knock you out and finish you. Ben Askren improving his game very, very much in his last fight. He looked phenomenal. He is 11-0 now. He's the Bellator welterweight champion. And, you know, it's like I was saying, John, it takes a lot for you as a Bellator fighter to even crack that top 10, you know, because you're not fighting the best in the world. But Ben Askren, a guy who has been an honorable mention on our list for a while now, finally is in the top 10 because he's been so dominant. It takes a few even title defenses at Bellator for you to crack the top 10 in MMA, but I think Ben Askren is definitely deserving. Put him up against the rest of the top 10, and I think you have a hell of a fight, and I can see Ben Askren beating a lot of the guys that are ahead of him on this top 10 list. He just hasn't proved it yet, so he can't move up ahead of them in rank, but man, Ben Askren is the real deal, and he's the number 10 welterweight on the planet right now.
I really didn't think there was going to be much change in this top 10 for welterweights, but you've proved me wrong with the list now because we see that Fitch, Maya's fighting, Koscheck as well. It seems like there will be quite a bit of movement this month.
There's a lot of stuff happening at welterweight this month and next month. The welterweight division is very exciting. I mean, GSP is back. He's got a whole new list of challengers, and people are jockeying for position at welterweight. Welterweight right now is very exciting in the UFC. And, I mean, how sick is this? UFC 158 here in Montreal, March 16th. The number 1 welterweight on the planet will be competing. The number 2 welterweight. The number 3. The number 4. The number 7. I mean, what more can you ask for? 5 of the top 10 welterweights in the world will be fighting here in Montreal on March 16th. You can't ask for anything better than that. 5 out of the top 10 on one night? Are you kidding me? If you don't have a ticket, if you're not going to UFC 158, what else are you really doing that night? I mean, you need to get yourself in there, or at least watch it on TV. If you're missing UFC 158, my goodness. 5 of the top 10 in the division fighting in one night. You don't see that every night. I mean, that's very, very rare. And it's something to be excited about if you're a Montrealer and an MMA fan. UFC 158 right here in our backyard. So, yeah, Marquardt is out of the top 10, but we could see some big movement. I mean, John Fitch, the number 6 guy, taking on number 9 tomorrow night. If Damian Maia beats Fitch, he can jump into the top 6, maybe even top 5.